What's up, Jolimator Club? Alright, so tonight I am here to talk spoilers for Star Wars The Last Jedi. So, and that is my one warning for those of you who have not seen The Last Jedi. This video is going to be full spoilers, okay? So for those of you who have not seen The Last Jedi, please turn this video off. For the rest of you, welcome aboard. So I'm not going to be going over every tiny detail in The Last Jedi, but I'll be going over the major beats just so you guys can get the idea of my opinions on certain things, what I couldn't mention in my spoiler-free review, and my opinions on certain plot points and things like that. The opening crawl really got me going, like, okay, what's going to happen? And that's one thing that this movie does really well. It really sets you up for what's going to be going on, like all the Star Wars movies do, and it really gets you like, whoa, oh man, like, what's going to happen? Poe and BB-8 are flying and just shooting a bunch of First Order TIE fighters, and sure enough, a lot of the Resistance fighters are getting knocked out and just destroyed. And, you know, Poe is not backing down, you know, he eventually succeeds in his mission and everything like that, and it's pretty cool. I'm going to talk about Kylo Ren for just a second. Kylo Ren, when we first see him, he's talking to Snoke, and the first thing that I remember is he takes his helmet off and just smashes it. That is one thing that I think really brought his character to a different level in The Last Jedi. The fact that he doesn't even wear his helmet, he just destroys it, and then we finally see him, in my opinion, as a human being. You know, we get to see him humanized and see through his eyes what he's feeling. That's something that I think this movie did really well. When we are finally introduced to Luke Skywalker and Rey is giving him the lightsaber and he just throws it behind him down the cliff. That is something that I did not see coming. Luke is just like, I'm not going to train you. No. And he's telling Rey that he's not going to train her. He says he's not the Luke Skywalker that the galaxy needs, and she says, yeah, you are. Luke tells Rey everything that happened, and eventually he decides, okay, I'll train you. So during Rey's training, she sits on this rock, and Luke's teaching her. He's like, okay, just close your eyes, reach out, breathe, and she goes, I can feel it. And he goes, that's the Force. And then it ends with him like slapping her hand or something like that, and my entire theater burst out laughing when that scene played, and I was just, oh man, that is hysterical. I was like, man, that's great. One of my favorite scenes involving Luke is the scene with the spectral form of Yoda. Yoda shows up and Luke's talking about the original Jedi texts, and Yoda's like, the original texts? Page turners they are not. I just love it. It's awesome. It's hilarious. Oh, and by the way, Yoda was a puppet in this movie. Now we get into the new mission that the Resistance is going into. We get Finn and this new character named Rose, who, you know, they're going on this mission to find this gambler guy and all this kind of stuff. Honestly, that scene was really the only scene that wasn't really necessary. That, you know, just didn't seem necessary for the story. But I do like Finn's relationship with Rose. The two of them really do feel like, well, I don't really want to say a couple. I mean, I guess maybe they're going to be a couple. I don't know how it's going to happen in 9. But they really felt like real people, and I liked the relationship between them. When Rey is eventually brought in front of Snoke, she's just resisting his temptations to get her to join the dark side, and then Snoke is telling Kylo to kill her, and Kylo's like, I know what I have to do. You see, like, Kylo's lightsaber is on the arm of Snoke's throne, and he's using the Force on it. Right here, when I saw this scene, I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen? I don't know, and you know, Snoke's just taunting Kylo, and the next thing you know, bam! He activates that lightsaber with the Force and cuts Snoke in half. Good job, Kylo! And then we get this whole fight scene with Rey, Kylo, and these guards, and I'm like, what does this mean? Yeah, it's an awesome scene, but is Kylo gonna side with Rey? Are they gonna become a team? Is he gonna turn away from the dark side and be a Jedi? That'd be awesome! But he doesn't. The one other fight scene that is amazing in this film is the fight scene between Finn and Phasma. Oh man! This fight scene had me on the edge of my seat. It was so awesome to see them duking it out. Though, I gotta say, the way Phasma went out was kind of anticlimactic, but whatever. It was kind of like Boba Fett's death, I kind of thought. We have this whole scene with speeders, and you guys saw that in the trailers, like with the red sand being blown behind him, and Finn's involved in this battle, and they're going up against Imperial walkers. I'm like, okay, you guys are crazy, unless you got harpoons or tow cables. Some of them get taken out, and then the Falcon comes in, of course it's Chewie, and then, who shows up? Luke. Here's one thing that I think was awesome. It was truly amazing filmmaking to see this next thing. We get to see a side of the Force that we haven't seen before. In this movie, okay, first of all, Luke uses the Force to create, like, a version of himself. And here's the thing, he doesn't leave the island that he's on when he does this. He uses the Force to create this version of himself that maybe Kylo would recognize, and during this scene he, goes and gives Leia this, piece of jewelry, these beads, and right here I nearly lost it when Luke said this line. Leia goes, "My son is truly lost," and he goes, "No one's ever really lost." And I'm like, oh, that's the Luke Skywalker I know and love. Mark Hamill nailed that scene. It was amazing. Sure enough, he goes out there, and what I love is that if you look very closely, Luke never leaves the red sand when he's taking his steps like everybody else on that planet. That was really brilliant filmmaking. And right here, I didn't want this to happen, but oh man, when it happened, believe it or not, I was satisfied. Luke Skywalker died. But he's still alive. It's the same way. Luke transcended his physical plane, though, and lived on as a Force spirit. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. I think he just gave himself up to the Force. And that was beautiful. When I saw that, I was like, he's still there. He's physically dead, but he's one with the Force. Good job. Good job, Luke. Another thing that we never have seen in any Star Wars movie that we see in The Last Jedi, we see Leia using the Force. Now, we know that she has the Force, but we've never seen her use it. Until now. What she does is, there's this scene during this whole battle, and her ship just gets destroyed, and we see her floating in space, and then she uses the Force to, like, float back down to the ship. And I know there's going to be some people that say she's flying. She's not flying. She's using the Force, and right there I was like, is she dead? And then she just starts floating down. I'm like, oh man, good job, Leia. Good job. That's amazing. And Leia's story in this movie literally ends with her on the Falcon with Rey being like, we can start our new rebellion. And I'm like, oh man, it's going to end here. Nope, one more scene. We get this scene with this kid and this broom, and he has like this, I don't remember if it was like a pin or a ring or something like that, that has the rebellion symbol on it, and then he looks up to the stars and then uses the Force to get the broom, and then it ends. I'm like, okay, this might tie into episode 9, okay? And then it ends, and I left the theater happier than I want to say I've ever been when I left a film. Guys, The Last Jedi is truly a magnificent piece of filmmaking, and stick around, guys. I got a little bit of an announcement for you guys. This video will be the last video that I post before I do my best movies of the year list for you guys, and I got a little bit of a surprise for you when you watch that video. And the thing is with this year, being that 2017 gave me so many good movies, I'm not going to be doing a top 10 list. I'm doing top 15. You guys heard that right. I'm doing a top 15 best movies of 2017. So, stay tuned for that very soon, guys. But this will be the last video that I post until then. Until then, guys, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed The Last Jedi. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. You guys are the best. And if you like this, like, comment, favorite, hit that subscribe button, and join the Jolinator Club. And may the Force be with you. Cheers, bump!